Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I am Brett Chapin. Over there is guest co-host Rachel Delmar doing some texting, tweeting. And in the studio we have with us the lovely ladies from The Fall to Earth, right now playing at the Odyssey Theater. OdysseyTheater.com for any information on that. We have Miss JoBeth Williams, Miss Deborah Puett, and Miss Ann Noble. Thanks so much for joining us, ladies.
Thanks for
Great to be here.
Thank you.
So I had a chance to check out your show last night. Pretty fantastic production. It's just the three of you in the show. It's a small cast. It's very interesting. And the three of you really have a lot of responsibility as artists to command the stage and with such a small cast like that. What has the experience been like? And any of the three of you can jump in here. What has the experience been like of working on this show, A Fall to Earth, versus other productions that you worked on in the past?
Do you want to start, JoBeth? Because you have the lion's share of the work.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Well, it's been an amazing experience for me. I love doing theater. It's to me, it's the greatest test of an actor's talent. And you get to do the arc of a character, their full arc, every night after night. But my favorite part is the rehearsal period. And we had a very intimate rehearsal, as you can imagine, with only the three of us and our director, Robin Larson. And we had an amazing chance to just play with our characters and explore them. And they're all very complicated characters. They appear to be one thing at the beginning of the play, and then the sort of onion unpeels as the play goes along, and you find out more and more about the characters. And Joel Drake Johnson's writing is so good. It's so human. It's the way people talk. But it requires a lot of interpretation on the actor's part. And so we were able to take our rehearsal period and really explore different avenues that the characters might take and try different things, different approaches, different points of view, and finally sort of narrow it down until we felt what worked and what really moved the play in the way it should move. And that to me was so exciting. And particularly to work with Deborah and Ann, both of whom are supremely talented, and to always feel that everybody was giving 100% even during rehearsal. And it was a great playtime. I think that's why it's called a play, because we get to play.
Actors forget that sometimes. It's supposed to be fun.
That's right.
Yeah. So last time you were in, Deborah, you were talking about the possibility of doing this show, and you said, we were talking with JoBeth Williams about doing the part. Obviously, you liked the part and took the part. What drew you to this particular role when you read the script? Was there something in particular?
Well, first of all, I love the writing of the play. I found it very funny and very moving and very complex. And this woman, Faye, this character that I play, is an incredibly complicated woman. I mean, you think she's just this sort of normal Midwestern mom, who comes into this motel room, and then you begin to find all of these other aspects of her, and it was scary to me. Yeah. It was a little daunting, and I thought, I should do it. I should do it because it's scary and it's going to be challenging and demanding. And I love, as an actress, being able to get into the skin of people who are different from me. And there are many things about her that probably are similar to me, but there are some that are just I'm violently opposed to. And so I had to find a way to make that truthful and believable to people and to myself. And it was very exciting. It was a sort of scary and very exciting process.
Yeah, it sounds like that role would be very challenging. It's interesting too when you I don't want to give too much away about the show, but when you first come in for the first scene, you're very, there's a lot of comedy and humor in the whole bit with the bras and all that. I was laughing hilariously, but then by the end, that final scene there is you find out so much more about Faye and what makes her tick and what's behind her actions that she's doing throughout the entire process of the show. So that's why I really enjoyed it.
And I also think the family dynamic with my daughter, with Deborah's character, is so human and so complicated. And I love what we've found together. I love working with Deborah, and she should talk about what it's been like for her, because it's been great for me.
Absolutely. My friend that I was with said that's just like my mom when you first came in for that
That's
scene.
a little scary.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Deborah, what has the experience been like for you? How have you enjoyed it, and what drew you to the role? And tell us a little bit about it.
It's been a dream. This is a real labor of love. Joel Drake Johnson is a playwright that I know from Chicago, and I had produced his play Four Places previously a couple of years ago. And one of the actresses in that play was Roxanne Hart. Robin Larson directed that production. It did very, very well. And again, it's Joel has an amazing talent for writing very true stories about family dysfunction, and he manages to find a lot of humor, but a lot of very, very painful, dark truths. And so Four Places led me to The Fall to Earth, and The Fall to Earth had a part that I felt very drawn to, the character of Rachel, the daughter of Faye. Mm-hmm. And the two of them find themselves in a very difficult situation. So with Robin and Roxanne, we started looking around for our Faye, and also looking for the right theater to come in and produce along with us. And that took some time. It took longer than we thought. Actually, we had the rights for almost a year before the production actually went up.
Oh, wow.
And I just have to credit the playwright, Joel Drake Johnson, for being patient with us and allowing giving us the time to do it right, and I'm thrilled to say that I think that we have. I can't imagine anybody playing Faye the way that JoBeth is playing her, and I think that audiences that come to see the show will be. I hope that they will be surprised by the ride that they go on. It's 90 minutes, no intermission.
Yeah.
And moves from, I'd like to say, funny to ferocious in one fell swoop.
Yeah, it really does. There's so many different levels in the script, and so many, I mean, the whole thing with the sun behind the wall and all that, you know, again, I don't want to give too much away about the show, but it's just fantastic.
There are surprises.
Yes, absolutely. Guys, check it out. The Fall to Earth at the Odyssey Theater here in LA, odysseytheater.com. We're talking with JoBeth Williams, Deborah Puett, and Ann Noble, the three ladies from the cast. If you have any questions for them, give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. And if you want to check out our live stream, look at us here in the studio. It's ustream.tv/channel/CRN Studio Live. We'll be back on La La Land on CRN Digital Talk.